The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Rail Splitter Football is brought to you by these fine sponsors. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football.
The Heart of Memory Care consists of providing person-directed care to know and to work with each resident as an individual and to provide them with care as unique as they are. At Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care in Lincoln, our caring, compassionate staff, enriching activities, and cottage front apartments all provide the secure, safe environment that your loved one requires. Hi, I'm Deb Mox, Administrator at Copper Creek Cottages. Let Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care be the light in your journey.
If you're not happy with the way your home landscape looks, but not sure what you need to do or how to fix it, then it might be time to get a little help from your friends at Bees Landscaping. Their highly trained and courteous staff will do all the work that fits your style and budget, including retaining walls, patios, sidewalks, leveling and grading yards, seeding and fertilizing, or new sod installation. Bees Landscaping, 1302 State Route 10. We are making a difference.
Timber Creek Village Assisted Living understands the emotional journey of moving to a new home. That's why we work hard to make the transition as easy for you as possible. We currently have apartments available and invite you to come by and let us show you how we can provide you with a stress-free lifestyle and why Timber Creek Village is top choice for retirement living in Lincoln. You'll enjoy private apartments, 3 home-cooked meals a day, daily activities, socialization with other residents, and care centered around your individual needs. Timber Creek Village, where people become friends and friends become family.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Lincoln Rail Splitter football is on the air, and tonight the Lincoln Rail Splitters take on the Rochester Rockets. The Rail Splitters come in with a record of 5 wins and 1 loss, and the Rockets come in with a record of 6 wins and 0 losses. I'm Bobby Veal along with Coach Ken Schweitzer, and going to be a little chilly tonight with some wind, Coach.
Yeah, this is a different kind of weather tonight we've had all year. It's a steady breeze. We don't know how it's northwest to southeast, a pretty stiff breeze, about 54 degrees, so the wind chill is going to be a little colder than that, but other than that, it's a nice night for football, except for being chilly. The field looks great, and we got 2 pretty good teams here tonight. As you said, Rochester comes in undefeated. The Railers have only lost 1, and so it'll be a tough outing for the Railers tonight.
The Rail Splitters with their red jerseys like last week and the white pants and the white helmets. And Rochester comes in with the navy blue helmets, and they have the white jerseys and the, I believe, red pants, orange going tonight. The navy blue and orange for Rochester. And as Coach said, and I did, they come in with a record of 6 wins and 0 losses, and I believe they ranked pretty high in the rankings.
Yeah, I didn't see last week's rankings, but they were number 1 before that, and they're coached, of course, by Derek Leonard, who's been there quite a few years. Had great success at Rochester, as we talked before. We went on the air, 8 state titles and 5 conference titles. So he's got quite a program going there. The Railers are coached by Matt Sokowski in his 8th season, and he's got his best season right now going on.
So they know, they've seen the film, and Lincoln knows what Rochester does, and Lincoln will do their best. But Lincoln, we've got some players that can get the job done offensively. Our quarterback, Darren Stevens, our wingbacks, Keon Carson and Kenai Carson, and also from his fullback position comes Peyton Bunner, and we've got some good wide receivers. So Lincoln's got a fighter's chance in this one against the Rochester Rockets. Should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think you're right, Bob, and we're anxious to see how this game goes.
And well, at this point, Coach, let's take a look at the ME Realty list of the game, sponsored by ME Realty. List your home. We're going to take a break right now for the national anthem, then we'll be back with the list of the game. Lincoln Rail Splitter Football on 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. And here's Coach Ken Schweitzer. It's time to check tonight's list of the game, sponsored by Me Realty. List your home with Me Realty when it's time to sell. And if you're looking to buy, check the listings at MeRealty.com. And here's Coach Schweitzer.
Okay, the first key of the game tonight, as Coach Sokowski alluded, was to slow down Rochester's offense. They're going to come out and no huddle and run fast. They like to get to the line of scrimmage and play after play after play. So defensively, try to slow that down a little bit. That's not as easy as it sounds. Number 2, minimize mistakes. This kind of game that if you make mistakes, you could get behind early and big, and so if we can minimize those mistakes, we could play with this team possibly. And number 3 is I can't read my writing. Control the clock. I wrote that down. Control the clock. It kind of goes along with number 1, but when Lincoln has the ball on offense, to have some sustained drives, and that'll be hard also because Rochester has a pretty stiff defense.
Well, thank you, Coach Ken, and that's tonight's list of the game, brought to you by Me Realty. When you're ready to list your home, contact the professionals at Me Realty. I want to thank our fine sponsor here in the pregame, and field, as we've mentioned before, is in excellent condition as we get ready to go here from Hanlon Field, and this will be our last regular season game here at Hanlon Field, and we could come back here in the playoffs.
Yeah, we have 2 road games to finish the regular season. Next week we go to U-High up in Normal, and then finish the regular season at Glenwood, and then hopefully a playoff game or two, and you never know if we'll get one back here at Hanlon Field.
There's always that chance for the Lincoln Rail Splitters. It's been an exciting season. They've got 5 wins and only 1 loss. We're about 3 minutes and 50 seconds away from game time, and the Rail Splitters getting ready to come out between the band and the pom-poms and the cheerleaders and the flag girls as we get ready to go here from Hanlon Field. We're going to take a break here in the early pregame, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
If you're not happy with the way your home landscape looks, but not sure what you need to do or how to fix it, then it might be time to get a little help from your friends at Bees Landscaping. Their highly trained and courteous staff will do all the work that fits your style and budget, including retaining walls, patios, sidewalks, leveling and grading yards, seeding and fertilizing, or new sod installation. Bees Landscaping, 1302 State Route 10. We are making a difference.
The Heart of Memory Care consists of providing person-directed care to know and to work with each resident as an individual, and to provide them with care as unique as they are. At Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care in Lincoln, our caring, compassionate staff, enriching activities, and cottage front apartments all provide the secure, safe environment that your loved one requires. Hi, I'm Deb Mox, Administrator at Copper Creek Cottages. Let Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care be the light in your journey.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
Rail Splitter from Hanlon Field, from coast to coast and around the world, and to all ships at sea. You're listening to exciting Lincoln Rail Splitter football. Tonight, the Rail Splitters take on the Rochester Rockets. The Rail Splitters in their home red jerseys with the white numerals, the white helmet, and the white pants. And here's the officials for tonight's ball game. Thank you. The referee will be Joe Ewers. The umpire will be Chuck Mallard. The head lineman is Scott Smothers. The line judge is Randy Demure. And the back judge is Kirk Ward. And we'd be remiss, Coach, if we didn't mention a guy that just passed away that we grew up with, Richard Marvin Butkus. Probably a lot of us would watch his games with the Bears, and then we'd go out in the side yard. You and your brother would probably knock the heck out of each other after you watched Dick do his thing for the Chicago Bears.
Absolutely, and I was going to wear my Butkus jersey tonight to this game, but it was so cold I was afraid I'd have to cover it up, so I'll save it for another occasion. But yeah, that was a sad passing. We all watched him on TV and ran out on the field like him, and yeah, he was just a hero to any football player, young and old.
Yeah, every generation has their favorite player, and as far as football went, it was definitely Dick Butkus, number 51. And he also played for the University of Illinois. I believe he won a Rose Bowl playing for the Illini. So 1963. He had, I could be wrong, but I believe he had 22 interceptions, 22 fumble recoveries, and 1,020 tackles in his career. The Rail Splitters are going to kick it away. It'll be Angel Harrow for the Rail Splitters. All of our kickoffs brought to you by Chicago Street Rentals out at 1909 North Kickapoo Street. And the Rail Splitters out on the field ready to go. And Angel Harrow is teeing it up. And now we're going to line it up against the Rochester Rockets. They've got the navy blue helmets with the white jerseys, the navy blue numerals trimmed in orange, and the orange pants as we get ready to go here from Hanlon Field. Should be a great ball game tonight, Coach.
Yeah, and Harrow's going to be kicking with the wind here to start this game, so look for him to put that in the end zone, and we hope he does. We don't want to see a return.
He's been an excellent kicker all year, and he waits for the official's whistle so he can approach and kick it away from his own 40-yard line. Keon Carson fired up, getting warmed up on the sidelines. And here's the approach by Angel. He boots it away, and it's a good line drive kick, and looks like they're going to let it go, and we'll see where they're going to set the ball here to start the game. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rochester Rockets.
Yeah, he kicked that kind of a sideways, but it went long and into the end zone, so it is touchback and come out to the 20.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rockets. They come in with a record of 6 wins and no losses for the Rockets. As we get ready to go here from Hanlon Field, the Rockets coach, as we mentioned by Derek Leonard, their quarterback is a junior, a kid by the name of Brian Zuloff. He wears the number 11. He's 5'8", 170. Here's his first play from scrimmage, and it's going to be a run up the middle, and finally a nice tackle there by the Rail Splitters, but not before they got a first down.
Yeah, he just picked his way up the middle, Bob. Didn't see any red jerseys getting after him, and he got it out over the 40 to the 41 for a first down.
And as Coach told you, no huddle, and they quickly come at you. Zuloff out of the gun. Hands it off again, up the middle, and this time the Rail Splitters stop him short of the 43-yard line. That's their fine running back, Nolan Mrozowski, Mrozowski. Nolan Mrozowski. He's 5'10", 160, a senior.
Frank Sanders on the tackle.
Frank Sanders, one of the captains for the Rail Splitters. 4-yard pickup there. 2nd down at the 45. Here's the snap to Zuloff. Handed off to the right side to one of the wide receivers. That's number 83 along the sidelines. One man to catch him. Stays on his feet, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. Early score for Rochester from the 45-yard line. And I had number, I believe, 88 on that, the tight end, Lance Ingold. Pardon me, that was Mrozowski, they say now. Nolan Mrozowski on the run. That was a 55-yard run there by Nolan Mrozowski, the running back for the Rochester Rockets. And the Rockets lead it here early, Coach, 6-0.
Yeah, it took him less than a minute. Some missed tackles as he went through the middle of the line and veered to his right. It looked like a couple of Railers had a chance, but couldn't bring him down.
So the Rockets will attempt the extra point. Here's the snap, the placement, and the kick. And it is through the uprights. That'll make the score 7-0 in favor of the Rockets. We'll try and pick up who that kicker was, number 86 for the Rockets. And that is Alisa Day is the kicker. He kicked it right through the upright, so that'll make the score 7-0 in favor of the Rockets with only 11:10 left in the first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Heart of Memory Care consists of providing person-directed care to know and to work with each resident as an individual, and to provide them with care as unique as they are. At Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care in Lincoln, our caring, compassionate staff, enriching activities, and cottage front apartments all provide the secure, safe environment that your loved one requires. Hi, I'm Deb Mox, Administrator at Copper Creek Cottages. Let Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care be the light in your journey.
All right, Alyssa Day will kick it away for the Rochester Rockets. You're listening to Lincoln Rail Splitter Football, and the Rockets off to an early lead, 7-0, and Day will kick it away to the Carson twins, Keon and Kanai. They stand back there for the Rail Splitters waiting for the kick. A windy night, so one of the Rocket players is going to have to do it like the old Snoopy cartoon and hold it with his finger, and because it won't stay planted in the tee. And here's the kick. Here's the approach for the Rockets. All our kickoffs. Oh, and a nice job there by one of the Railers pouncing on it. It was a low kick, and one of the Railers was able to dive on it, and it's going to be a nice Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance for the Rail Splitters, and that's the way we like it, baby. Trying to pick up.
I think that was.
That's Aiden, isn't it?
8.
Yeah, that was number 8?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll check and see who that was that pounced on.
Whitmer. I think that's who it was, number 8.
No, that was 9, I believe, Aiden Crane.
Oh, my mistake.
He was the guy that pounced on the ball. So it's that's the way we like it, baby. A Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down at the Lincoln 37-yard line. Darren Stevens out of the gun for the Railers in that wing formation. Man in motion. Stevens hands it off, and a nice run towards the back, the middle, and the Rail Splitters may have got a yard out of it. That was
Kenai Carson.
Kenai Carson, number 2 for the Rail Splitters, got the handoff. Stevens goes to the sideline to coach Matt Silkowski, and he gets to play. So that ball is at the 39-yard line. So it was a 2-yard pickup for Kenai, so it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Rail Splitters. Gabe Smith split far to the right side. Railers on the far side, Hashmar. Darren Stevens out of the gun. He's got Peyton Bunner behind him. Got a man in motion. Hands off to him, and he's nailed back at the original line of scrimmage, and that was Keon Carson with the football. Nice defense there by the Rockets as they dropped the Railers back to the 37-yard line. A 2-yard loss there for Lincoln.
Yeah, Keon tried to cut upfield, Bob, and there was a lot of white shirts there. He had no place to run and lost a couple yards on that.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 now for the Rail Splitters at their own 38-yard line. Early first quarter, the Rockets jumped off to the lead 7-0. Darren Stevens out of the gun. Has a man in motion. Fakes the handoff. Rolls to the left. Got to get rid of it. Along the sideline and incomplete. You just had to get rid of the football. There wasn't any Rail Splitters over there. And there was a big rush on by the Rochester Rockets. And they say that is the best part of this team, actually, is their defense.
Yeah, they're strong defensively. They've had 3 shutouts in their first 6 games already this year, Bob, and we can see in this first series that they're strong on defense.
Henry Beaker is the lone man back for the punt for the Rochester Rockets, and I believe Colby Glenn will punt it away for the Rail Splitters. He wears the number 18. The snap will be by Angel Harrow for the Rail Splitters. Glenn's got it, boots it away. Nice line drive. Gets a good Lincoln Rail Splitter bounce across the 30, across the 25, all the way down to the 20-yard line before it's down there, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockets on the far side hash mark with 9:44 remaining in the first quarter, and the Rail Splitters trail it by 7 to the Rockets 7-0.
It was not a high, deep punt, Bob, but it was low and got a lot of distance, and that's all that counts. And nice punt, 20-yard line for the Rockets.
So Zuloff will operate out of the gun. He's got a receiver to each side of the field, just off the line of scrimmage, not very wide. Now a man goes in motion. Zuloff fakes. Now he throws. He's got a man open, and there's a nice tackle there by one of the Rail Splitters.
Peyton Bunner there with him.
Bunner and Gully came over to help out, but Bunner's in there. Also in there for the Rail Splitters is Colby Glenn, as we mentioned, and Christian Brown for the Rail Splitters. Up on that front line for Lincoln, the nose guard is Evan Walkendorf, and the defensive ends are Owen Grant and Frank Sanders. Here's the snap to Zuloff. He's a left-hander. He's got a man open, looks for the first down marker, stays on his feet along the sideline. He's still on his feet. Bunner trying to run him down, and he gets a hold of him and finally knocks him down. Bunner caught up with him, and he got some help from Angel Harrow as they knock him down, but deep into Lincoln territory, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockets.
I think there's a penalty, Bob, back up here upfield. I think that play's going to come back. It's a hold.
And it is. You're right. You're correct, Coach. It's against the Rockets with 9:04 remaining in the first quarter. Lincoln trails the Rockets 7-0. They scored early on a 50-yard touchdown run by Rozowski.
That's it.
I got to work on that. Rozowski. And they're marching him back. Quite a deep penalty against the Rockets. Looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 22-yard line. 23-yard line. Zuloff out of the gun. He's got 2 receivers to the side. He's got a man in motion. And good pressure by the Rail Splitters. And they take him down. One of the Rail Splitters got back in there and wreaked some havoc. And then the rest of the Rail Splitters were there to help out. And a tackle... Trying to pick up if that is Glenn. Is that 18?
Could have been. Yeah, I couldn't
Colby
see
Glenn.
either. But putting pressure on the quarterback is going to be key tonight to slow down the passing game.
Good job by the Rail Splitters on the D there. 3rd and 8 now. Zuloff out of the gun. He stands back a long ways from the center. Got the snap. He throws it up the middle. Got his man along the sideline. Stays on his feet. A fumble. Looks like Lincoln may have it.
Nope.
No, it went out of bounds. It rolled out of bounds. Gabe Smith dove for it. It was knocked loose on the attack, on the tackle, and it rolled out of bounds back to the 41-yard line. Would have been a big break for the Rail Splitters.
It was a nice hit by the defender there for the Railers on the ball carrier.
Zuloff, the lefty, out of the gun. And he's going to keep it himself, and he's wrapped up, taken out of bounds, and the tackle made by Christian Brown for the Rail Splitters.
Yeah, it looks like the Railers are having a hard time, Bob, getting tackles, getting them down low and wrapping them up. They're tackling kind of high, and that gives those runners more room to use those legs and keep running.
8:13 on the first quarter clock. In there for the Rail Splitters tonight, number 5, Aiden Fry, the junior, 5'10", 160. Here's the snap to Zuloff. Zuloff throws it up ahead and caught along the sideline, spins out of harm's way, and he's going to go. That's going to be another touchdown for the Rockets. We'll try and pick up who that receiver was.
That's a 54-yard pass play, and again, 2 Railers were over there, Bob. Both had a chance to make the tackle, and neither one were able to, and he got away and went long for the touchdown.
And that makes the score Rockets 13, and the Rail Splitters 0. And again, Alyssa Day will attempt to kick it through. 5'6", 120-pound sophomore. Hit him in perfect stride for that touchdown. Here's the snap, the placement, the kick, and it is through the uprights, and that'll make the score Rockets 14, Rail Splitters 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Timber Creek Village Assisted Living understands the emotional journey of moving to a new home. That's why we work hard to make the transition as easy for you as possible. We currently have apartments available and invite you to come by and let us show you how we can provide you with a stress-free lifestyle and why Timber Creek Village is top choice for retirement living in Lincoln. You'll enjoy private apartments, 3 home-cooked meals a day, daily activities, socialization with other residents, and care centered around your individual needs. Timber Creek Village, where people become friends and friends become family.
Plays for the Rockets to take this early touchdown lead. The Rail Splitters just not able to make the tackles out there in the open field.
Yeah, in both cases, the Railers had some shots at the ball carriers and just let them slip away. And then once they broke away, there was clear sailing to the end zone. Railers have to improve on the tackling.
Ball at the 40-yard line near the near side hash mark, where Day will kick it away for the Rockets. Back deep for the Rail Splitters are Keon and Kenai Carson. As we get ready to go here, all our kickoff sponsored by Chicago Street Rentals. Chicago Street Rentals out at 1909 North Kickapoo Street. Perry Weinbrenner and his fine crew. Here's the kick. It's a pop-up type kick, and it's caught.
Yes, good play.
Nice play there. Picked up a little yardage at the 36-yard line for the Rail Splitters. It's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down. That's the way we like it, baby, for the Rail Splitters.
Did you see who caught that? That was a nice catch on a real short, high ball there on the kick.
I didn't pick up the number. I was just hoping that he was able to hang on to it.
Yeah.
Because he's got a lot of big guys coming at him when he's catching that ball.
And it's a live ball, too. So
yeah.
Exactly.
He's a free shot. Ball at the 36-yard line for the Rail Splitters. 7:53 left in the first quarter. Gabe Smith splits over there to the far side. Zach Poole comes up over the football, our fine center. Stevens waits for the snap. He's got it. Hands off Bunner, and Bunner, he just got stopped about a yard short of the original line of scrimmage, about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it's tough running on the inside there. The defense is just strong inside. They got big kids, and they play tough defense. Running inside is going to be tough, and they also got speed, Bob. They have the speed to stretch it out to the outside. So offensive yards are going to be hard to come by tonight.
And as you mentioned, Coach, this is a veteran ball club for Rochester. They've got 6 guys playing on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, a lot of seniors out there, too.
Stevens waits for the snap from Poole. He's got it. Hands off. This is Keon Carson looking for running room to the sideline, and there's nothing there. They run him out of bounds for around a 5-yard loss back to the 30-yard line. And as you said, Coach, they're very quick and tenacious.
I think we counted 5, maybe 6 white shirts over there stretching it out to the sideline, Bob, and Keon just had no way to turn upfield and just got pushed out of bounds.
Kobe Glenn checks in for Ryan Frugier for the Rail Splitters. Coach runs them in and out of the lineup. And now in the slot, it's going to be Kenai Carson to the far side. Kobe Glenn split wide into the near side. It's Gabe Smith. Here's the snap to Stevens. Rolls out to his left. Gets rid of it, and he throws it over the intended receiver. That was Kenai Carson out there. Incomplete. It was on a 3rd and 16, so the Rail Splitters are going to have to punt it away. Checking in for the Rail Splitters on the punt team is Laken Adams. He's a sophomore, 5'8". 130-pounder for the Rail Splitters. Aiden Fry stays in there for Lincoln. And it'll be number 18, Colby Glenn, our punter. Angel Harrow will snap it to Colby Glenn. From he's all the way back around the 18, where he nice end-over-end punt. And did they blow that dead?
Yeah, I think there was a whistle because Rochester had a player going off the field. He didn't get off in time. They took a timeout rather than take the 5-yard penalty.
And that was a nice punt. It went down to the 34-yard line, but it was all for naught because of what Coach told you. Rochester takes the timeout, and we'll take a timeout. Rochester leads the Rail Splitters 14-0 with 7 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Lincoln Rail Splitter football from Hanlon Field on 96.3 FM, WLCNonline.com. Kobe Glenn back to punt for the Rail Splitters. It'll be Angel Harrow on the long snap and perfect hike. And here's the kick. And they're just going to let it roll. This time it's going to roll dead across the Rocket 40-yard line to the 39-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockets at their own 39.
We got a flag up the field here at the line of scrimmage, so I'm not sure if maybe Rochester went off early. If that's the case, it'll be a 5-yard walk-off and another punt, but
officials talking.
They're staying where the ball rolled, so it might have been a procedure penalty against Lincoln, and they're going to decline it.
So the ball at the 40-yard line, and they switch footballs, and we're ready to go. Zuloff out of the gun. He's the junior, wears the number 11. 6:52 on the first quarter clock. Rochester leads it by 2 touchdowns. Long count. Here's the snap. Zuloff. He's got time. He throws a home run ball up the middle, and good coverage by the Rail Splitters. Christian Brown out there was one of the guys for Lincoln, along with Colby Glenn for the Rail Splitters.
That quarterback, Zuloff, if I said that right, he's got a pretty good arm, Bob. He just winged that downfield about 40 yards.
He did. Derek Leonard, when he puts you in at quarterback, you better have a good arm on you because you're going to be throwing it a lot. Zuloff on the snap, 2nd and 10, handoff, run up the middle, and the tackle for Lincoln there made by Owen Grant. Ball out to the 44-yard line, a 4-yard pickup, so it'll be 3rd and 6 for the Rockets. Zuloff waits for the snaps, got it, hands it off, run up the middle again, and that's going to be a 1st down. I didn't pick up who knocked him down, but it's going to be 1st and 10.
The 49-yard line, 1st down, Rochester.
That was about a 7-yard pickup, straight up the middle. Lincoln had a chance to get a 3 and out, but couldn't quite stop him soon enough.
That was Tyson Binion, number 21. Here's the snap. They throw it out in the flat here to the near side, and there's a nice tackle by one of the Rail Splitters. That was Peyton Bunner on the tackle as he took down Rosowski.
I tell you, Angel Harrow came up and turned him back in and made that play possible for Bunner to make the tackle, but give Harrow a lot of credit.
And that's a 2-yard loss for the Rockets, so it's 2nd and 12. Here's the snap to Zuloff. Hands off. That's Binion. Slaps one of the railers down, and now he's finally taken down.
That's Peyton Bunner again.
Bunner doing a good job of keeping the Rail Splitters in it.
On the tackle for the Railers.
Checking in for the Rail Splitters is number 22, Lakin Adams. Angel Harrow coming to the sideline. 3rd and 5 for the Rockets. Zuloff back. Here comes the pressure. He throws it up the middle. He bobbles, but he keeps it. He holds the ball at the 30, at the 25 to the 20, and finally taken out of bounds by Gabe Smith. That was for the Rockets. That was number 4, Henry Beaker. 1st and 10 for the Rockets now. 5:11 left in the first quarter. Near side hash mark at the 16. Zuloff counts the cadence off. Get the snap. He's going to keep it himself, try to go up the middle, and there's a nice tackle by one of the Rail Splitters. That's Ryan Frugier on the tackle for the Rail Splitters. Number 7, Ryan Frugier, making a nice tackle there, wrapped him up. It's 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8 for the Rockets. Zuloff going to go up under center this time for the first time. That no-huddle offense. Hands off to Mrazowski, and Mrazowski's got good running room up the middle. And he stops short of the end zone. A lot of Rail Splitters there on the bottom of the pile. Getting up's Colby Glenn.
We have a great view from up here, Bob, and you could just see the hole opening up for him. He made a little sidestep to the right and got the first down.
And it'll be 1st and goal at the 4 now as Zuloff back out of the gun. And they direct snapped it to Mrazowski, and he just runs in. They faked the snap to Zuloff, and Mrazowski just jumped in front of him and caught it and went in for the 6. With 4:27 left in the first quarter, that'll make the score Rochester Rockets 20 and the Lincoln Rail Splitters 0. And Day will attempt the extra point again for the Rockets. Rockets came in here with a record of 6 wins and 0 losses, 5-0 in the Central State 8. Here's the snap, the placement, the kick, and it is off. No good, as Coach told you, so the score remains Rochester 20, Lincoln 0 with 4:27 left in the first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
If you're not happy with the way your home landscape looks, but not sure what you need to do or how to fix it, then it might be time to get a little help from your friends at Bees Landscaping. Their highly trained and courteous staff will do all the work that fits your style and budget, including retaining walls, patios, sidewalks, leveling and grading yards, seeding and fertilizing, or new sod installation. Bees Landscaping, 1302 State Route 10. We are making a difference.
F.3 FM and Coach Ken Schweitzer alongside Coach in Rochester. This team's for real with a 20-0 lead here with 4:27 left in the first quarter.
And we knew that before the game started, Bob, and they're just proving it to us here early and often in this first quarter. The Railers down 20-0 with still 4:27 left in the first period.
Henry Beaker, number 4 for the Rockets, going to kick it away. And that's a Chicago Street Rentals kickoff. They're located at 1909 North Kickapoo Street. Chicago Street Rentals for all your construction needs. If you can operate any kind of machinery, they've got it out there. The Carson brothers back deep. Here's Beaker's kick. This time they're going to kick it along the sideline. Keon's can't get a hold of it. Rolls out of bounds at around the 18-yard line. It was a squibbler. It was a hard one to pick up, so it's going to be Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down for the Rail Splitters at their own 18-yard line. Would have been nice to see him field that and take off with it, but that was a tough one to pick up.
Yeah, and they had the sideline somewhat covered. I saw white shirts coming down on the sideline, so, but you're right about that. And Lincoln's tried to run the ball. They've tried to throw the ball a couple times, and nothing has worked on their first 2 possessions. So this possession number 3 would be key to get a couple first downs here and eat up some time off the clock.
Now Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down at the 19-yard line. Gabe Smith split wide to the far side. Kenai Carson here on the near side. Here's the snap to Stevens. He's looking for Kenai. Now he changes, looking for Gabe Smith. Is he shoestring that? No, just short. Couldn't hang on to it. There's good coverage. Gabe had to come back a little bit for that ball, and he almost had it.
Yeah, it was just slightly underthrown, and but a good play on first down, a good idea to throw it to the outside like that. He had single coverage, just couldn't quite get it to him.
4:20 remains in the first quarter.
He did have time to throw, too, so he had some good blocking up front.
Good job up there by the guys. Pools up there, along with Dom and Sanders and Wackendorf. Here's the snap, and this time they go to the outside, and a loss on the play, but I couldn't pick up who the running back was.
I want to say Kanai, but I'm not sure. I think it was.
I'm pretty sure you're right. Kanai just couldn't make the turn over there. The clock continues to run with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. And they spot the ball back. Looks back at the 17-yard line. And now checking in for the Rail Splitters. That's number 9, Aiden Crane for the Railers. He's a junior, 5'8", 145-pounder. Smith will split here to the near side. Got a man in the slot. That's Keon here on the near side. Here's the snap to Stevens. Looks for Keon. Now he's going to throw it to Gabe Smith, and it's picked off by the Rockets. The Rockets with the football. That's Beaker running for the pylon, and he is in for the touchdown. Henry Beaker picked it off on the interception there, and he takes it in from around the 20-yard line for another Rochester Rocket touchdown, and that's going to make the score Rochester 26, Lincoln 0 with 3:24 remaining in the first quarter. Day again, pardon me, Coach.
No, I was just going to say that was only the, I believe, the fourth interception of the season against Darren Stevens, and he had a receiver, but it was well covered, as you said, and they saw the ball coming and stepped in front and made the reception, the interception, took it into the end zone.
26-0, and Day will attempt another extra point. He missed the last one. 3:24 left in the first quarter. Soccer style kicker is Day. Here's the snap, the placement, the kick. And it looks good, and it is good, and then I'll make the score. Rochester 27, Lincoln 0, 3:24 left in the first quarter, and Lincoln Rail Splitter football will be back in 30 seconds.
The Heart of Memory Care consists of providing person-directed care to know and to work with each resident as an individual, and to provide them with care as unique as they are. At Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care in Lincoln, our caring, compassionate staff, enriching activities, and cottage front apartments all provide the secure, safe environment that your loved one requires. Hi, I'm Deb Mox, Administrator at Copper Creek Cottages. Let Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care be the light in your journey.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
Bobby V and Coach Ken Schweitzer with Lincoln Rail Splitter football. From Hanlon Field, Lloyd Kirby's up top, our fine engineer that keeps things running for us. He does the great interviews you hear during the week, and now trouble with the football again, teeing it up because of the wind. But we couldn't get it done without Lloyd up there. He hooks all this equipment up, and he makes the show run for us here. And, of course, it's Joe Lee back at the station. Here's the kick. The man that scored the touchdown, Beaker, he boots it away. It's a sidewinder off to the right side. Angel Harrow's over there, but it's going to go out of bounds.
Beaker's kick goes out of bounds.
That was, yeah. Okay, so that's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down as they bring the chains up. I'll have to just wait and see where they spot it at.
It should go to the 35-yard line, I think, when the ball goes out of bounds like that, Bob. You have a choice of taking it where it goes out or the 35, and pretty sure the Railers will go to the 35 because it was deeper than that.
Aiden Crane and Ryan Frugier check in for the Rail Splitters, and now Darren Stevens will run back into the huddle. He's got the play from head coach Matt Solkowski. 3:23 left in the first quarter. And the Rockets lead the Rail Splitters 27-0. Here come the Rail Splitters to the line of scrimmage on the near side hash mark. That kickoff was sponsored by Chicago Street Rentals at 1909 North Kickapoo. Here's Stevens on the snap. Hands off. Fakes to the inside is Keon. Keon tries to go the outside and nothing there. They take him down at the 31, a 4-yard loss. That is one tough, tenacious defense when you run down on an athlete like Keon Carson for a 4-yard loss there. The well-coached team.
Well, they have speed, too. You know, that whole defensive unit is pretty quick. Yeah, they've got enough speed to string it out and run him to the sideline, and there's just no running room for Keon or any of the other backs for that matter.
So now it's going to be 2nd and, I believe, 14 for the Rail Splitters. The Rockets in the navy blue and orange.
Now, there was a penalty on the Railers for a illegal block, I think it was, but they declined it, so it's going to be, as you said, Bob, 2nd and about 14 from the 31.
With 3 minutes and the clock on the move now, 4 seconds left in the first quarter here from Hanlon Field. Split here to the near side is Aiden Crane, the wide receiver for the Rail Splitters. Stevens has got it. He's going to hand off. I believe that was Bunner. It's either Bunner or Glenn.
Yeah, it might have been Kanai. Can you see who got up after that?
You're right. It was Kanai Carson. Kanai Carson had the football that time. He got stopped in the back. Another 2-yard loss for the Rail Splitters. So now it's going to be 3rd and about 16 for the Rail Splitters. I
think it's on about the 28th where they placed it. Yeah.
Yep.
Third down 17 for the Railers.
Clock continues to roll, and that's a good thing for the Railers, but the offense has yet to find anything that works.
Darren Stevens out of the gun. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left. He's got a little time, throws it up the middle. Incomplete. And the intended receiver's mad at himself. He thought he should have had it. It was a line drive.
Yeah, I think that's Kanai again.
Yeah, he talking to himself. It was a bullet pass up the middle. It was a tough catch, but he's a competitor, so he thought he should have had it with exactly 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Stevens made a nice fake inside and then rolled out to his left and helped buy himself some time to find that receiver open, but just threw it a little high.
So Colby Glenn will have to boot it away to Henry Beaker. Angel Harrow on the long snap. A nice snap. Here's the kick. Gets a nice end over end. Hits before the 40, and now it wants to just stand up there, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rockets at their own 39-yard line as Keon Carson downs it there at the 39-yard line.
First down, Rochester.
And quickly onto the field comes the offense for Rochester. They don't mess around, as Coach told you, no huddle offense. Brian Zuloff, their fine quarterback, and he's got a good arm on him.
That puts a lot of pressure on the defense, Bob. You don't have time to get set, really, and a good offense that does that just really puts pressure on defense.
High formation, second time Zuloff comes up under center, gives it, fakes to the fullback, and he's going to throw it along the sideline, and it's complete to Henry Beaker, and he's tackled by Colby Glenn, but he fumbles it as he goes out of bounds. So that's going to be a 1st down for the Rockets.
I think they call that incomplete, Bob, because it came loose as he went out of bounds. So a break for the Railers instead of a catch. They're going to call that an incomplete pass.
Stops the clock at 1:40 left in the first quarter. A break for the Rail Splitters there. So now it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Rockets. Got a man in the slot over here, 2 wide receivers. Zuloff with a lone running back there with him. And he's going to hand it off to him on the run up the middle at the 50, and he's taken down. That's Colby Glenn on the tackle for the Rail Splitters. Where's the number 18? They quickly move the chain, because Rochester's always in a hurry. 1st and 10. Zuloff out of the gun, the left-hander, fires it to the sideline. He's got his man. There's 2 Rail Splitters there, and the tackle made by Gabe Smith. Gabe Smith was there along with Colby Glenn and Angel Harrow, but Gabe Smith wrapped him up on his own.
Yeah, 2 Railers. Smith was one of them. Closed in a hurry on that side pass there and made a nice tackle for a minimal gain.
2nd and 10 for the Rockets. Zuloff's got the snap. pump fake. Good pressure by the Rail Splitters. That was Owen Grant applying the pressure. Here's the pass incomplete. And credit Owen Grant there. Applied the pressure to Zuloff and then double coverage on the receiver downfield.
Yeah, well, I didn't see how Grant got loose there to make that get upfield and put the pressure on, but that was a nice play to get there and force that long throw for incompletion.
He's quite the athlete. He and Owen Grant and Kenai Carson, they're a couple of fishing buddies. And they're good football players. 3rd and 11 now for the Rockets. Zuloff, the lone man in the backfield. He's got 3 receivers on the far side of the field, 2 on the near side, and there's a timeout on the field. I didn't see who took the timeout.
Lincoln took that timeout.
Rail Splitter timeout with 47.5 seconds left in the first quarter. The Rockets lead at 27-0. We'll be back with the Rail Splitter football in 30 seconds.
Timber Creek Village Assisted Living understands the emotional journey of moving to a new home. That's why we work hard to make the transition as easy for you as possible. We currently have apartments available and invite you to come by and let us show you how we can provide you with a stress-free lifestyle and why Timber Creek Village is top choice for retirement living in Lincoln. You'll enjoy private apartments, 3 home-cooked meals a day, daily activities, socialization with other residents, and care centered around your individual needs. Timber Creek Village, where people become friends and friends become family.
Splitters back out of that timeout, and we're back, and there's 47.5 seconds left in the first quarter, and it's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Rockets. This would be a big stop for the Rail Splitters at the Lincoln 47-yard line. Rockets hustle back out on the field. Rail Splitters are already out there waiting for them. Zuloff, he's got a cannon of an arm. He's a toy cannon. He's a junior. He waits for the snap. Tried to pull Lincoln offside. They're not going for it. Well coached by Coach Sokowski. Here we go again. He's got the snap. Fires complete along the sideline and knocked out of bounds by Keon Carson. And the receiver was Cannon Bruce, number 5.
About an 8-yard pickup and still short of the first down. But 4th down, they'll probably go for it here inside the 40.
Cannon Bruce, 6'2", 175, 40.7 seconds. Zuloff, a lone running back, hands to him, and he's got a lot of running room before he is tackled, I believe, by Colby Glenn. Big first down there for the Rockets.
The Railers have 3 down linemen up front. They get blocked just a little bit, opens a big hole. Linebackers aren't filling the holes, and there's big running room.
Zuloff has got 5 receivers ready to go along the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, the Lincoln 25-yard line. Here's the snap to Zuloff. Oh, good pressure coming. He throws it long to the end zone, and it is caught, and it looks like pass interference in the end zone.
And if he caught it, that's going to be a touchdown.
Ryan Frugier applied great pressure to the quarterback, and he was back on his heels, but as Coach said, he's got a great arm on him. And you're right, they're going to have to call that a touchdown, even though there was pass interference.
He caught it anyway, so
yeah.
Interference didn't prevent him from doing that.
It was pretty obvious. So that's going to make the score Rochester 33 and the Rail Splitters 0 with 14 seconds left in the first quarter. And Day will attempt the extra point.
Pass interference against the Railers. Touchdown, good.
Day, the soccer-style kicker, wears the number 86. He's kicked them all through except for one. Here's the snap, the placement, the kick. And it's going to be good. It made it through the uprights, so that'll make the score Rockets 34, Rail Splitters 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Lincoln Rail Splitter football here from Hanlon Field, Lincoln Community High School. The Rail Splitters, in a tough one tonight, trail at 34-0 here in the first quarter. 14 seconds left in the first quarter. All our kickoff sponsored by Chicago Street Rentals. And that a penalty on the pass interference, are they going to apply that on the kickoff? I guess they are.
Yeah, I didn't realize they did that.
Yeah, especially when you get the touchdown.
Pass interference penalty. Rochester will be kicking from the regular 45-yard line.
They'll kick it from the Lincoln Rail Splitter 45-yard line.
15-yard penalty. That they haven't been kicking it deep, though, so it may still be in play.
Ball is blown down again. All our kickoff sponsored by Chicago Street Rentals. Henry Beaker's got an interception and a touchdown, and he'll also kick it away here. Where's the number 4 for the Rockets? Here he comes, and he's going to kick it deep. And Kenai Carson's got it. Kenai at the 10, trying to bring it upfield, and he makes it to about the 13-yard line goes Kenai Carson for the Rail Splitters. With 8 seconds left on the clock, it's going to be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down for the Rail Splitters, and that's the way we like it, baby. 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters at their own 16-yard line. They trail at 34-0.
The 16-yard line where the Railers...
Aiden Crane in there, Ryan Frugier, Peyton Bunner, Evan Wackendorf, Big Frank Sanders for the Rail Splitters. Alex Claudio's in there for Lincoln. Where's the number 58? 54 is Joe Dom. And I believe that's Gabe Smith splitting out there to the wide side. I could be wrong. Stevens waits for the snap. He's got it. They brought some extra blockers up. Hands off Keon. Keon around the right side, and he's taken down right about at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to end the first quarter with the score. Rochester Rockets 34, Lincoln Rail Splitters 0. And we'll be back in... Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Yeah, that's it. We'll be back in a minute.
If you're not happy with the way your home landscape looks, but not sure what you need to do or how to fix it, then it might be time to get a little help from your friends at Bees Landscaping. Their highly trained and courteous staff will do all the work that fits your style and budget, including retaining walls, patios, sidewalks, leveling and grading yards, seeding and fertilizing, or new sod installation. Bees Landscaping, 1302 State Route 10. We are making a difference.
You're listening to Lincoln Rail Splitter Football, and Coach Schweitzer, what a difference it makes from last Friday night.
Well, last Friday we played Jacksonville, and it was a good close game. Well, Lincoln played one of their best games of the year, and tonight so far they're not playing a very good game, but I think a lot of that has to do with the opponent, Rochester. They played Jacksonville earlier in the year and won 56-0, and so they're the real deal. We knew it coming in, knew it wouldn't be easy, and Lincoln has just not had any success doing anything offensively. And same say on the other side, on defense, hasn't been able to stop anything of Rochester's.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Rail Splitters. Stevens hands it off quickly up the middle on the run, and we got a nice gain there to the 30-yard line.
I'm going to say that.
Or is that the 20? I'm sorry, the 20.
Peyton Bunner.
Peyton Bunner with a 4-yard gain.
Peyton Bunner, the ball carrier.
2nd and 6.
Third and 6.
I'm sorry, 3rd and 6 for the Rail Splitters. Early second quarter.
That was the longest run of the night so far for the Railers offense. So that tells you how tough the defense has been on us.
Ryan Frugier checks in for Ryan Frugier. Pardon me, Christian Brown checks in for Ryan Frugier. Split here to the near side. I believe that's Gabe Smith. He's on the far side of the field. This is Aiden Crane here. Man in motion. and
Yes.
unloads it to Bunner up the middle. Bunner off the right side, and he's up across the 25 to the 26, maybe the 27-yard line goes Peyton Bunner.
Got a first down. First one of the game for the Railers.
A Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down, and you're right, Coach, that's a big first down for the Rail Splitters. Rochester didn't see that one coming. That's the way we like it, baby. 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters.
Just a quick middle screen. Stevens let the defensive line come through, and then he threw it right over the middle to Bunner, who had a little running room, picked up 7 yards and first down.
Ball at the 27-yard line. Stevens back into the huddle. He had a few last words for him, and Zach Poole checks up the center, comes up over the football. Stevens got some extra blockers back there, gets the snap, hands off, and I didn't pick up who that was, but it might have been Frugier coming from his tight end position. Now there's a flag on the play.
Loss on the play and a penalty flag.
It might have been one of the Carsons coming up out of there. No, I couldn't tell.
Didn't pick it up.
I couldn't tell either, but it just closes so fast. The defense closes so fast in the middle, and there's no place to run.
Is that penalty going against us or against the Rockets? We're waiting.
That's personal foul.
Personal foul against the Rail Splitters.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a little frustration. Nobody expected to be down 34-0 early in the second period, but don't know if something was said or what happened. We didn't see that, but it's a walk-off against the Railers.
Flag went down at the 20-yard line, and now they stepped it off back to around the 12-yard line.
Moves the ball back to about the 12-yard line.
10:19 on the second quarter clock. Lincoln trails Rochester 34-0.
That's obviously something you don't need in a game like this, is the penalties that set you back. It's hard going forward anyway, and penalty just hurts that effort.
You're right, Coach. I know they're frustrated, but they got to keep their cool.
And last week we played a whole game against Jacksonville with no penalties.
Stevens out of the guns, got the snap. Hands off, right side. Runner still on his feet. Up across the 10-yard line.
That was Keon, I think.
He got back to the line of scrimmage.
Tried to get to the outside there, and then, again, defense just closes so fast. He keeps trying to get to the outside, which is where he likes to run, where he's successful running. Just nothing there, and no place to cut it up either.
Going to be 3rd and 27 for the Rail Splitters. The clock keeps running. 9:25 left for the half. Rockets lead at 34-0. One receiver split wide to the right on the near side, far side hash mark. Stevens has got it. Going to unload up ahead and picked off by Beaker again, and Beaker will take it in for another Rochester touchdown. Henry Beaker wears the number 4, and they just keep the clock running. That's going to make the score Rockets 40. They finally stopped the clock at 9 minutes. Rockets 40, Rail Splitters 0.
The interception, 20-yard.
That's his second interception for a touchdown, Henry Beaker.
The Raiders, it looked like maybe they had a receiver out there, but the ball was in the air for a long time. Gave the defense, Beaker, a chance to come over and get under it, and he did, made a nice pick and took it in uncontested.
And into the wind, Coach, directly into the wind. So Frugier comes out now, and now Day will attempt the extra point again. The snap and the placement. Here's the kick. It's a low kick. But it's through the upright, so that'll make the score Rochester Rockets 41, Lincoln Rail Splitters 0 with 9 minutes left in the second quarter. We'll be back in a minute.
The Heart of Memory Care consists of providing person-directed care to know and to work with each resident as an individual, and to provide them with care as unique as they are. At Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care in Lincoln, our caring, compassionate staff, enriching activities, and cottage front apartments all provide the secure, safe environment that your loved one requires. Hi, I'm Deb Mox, Administrator at Copper Creek Cottages. Let Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care be the light in your journey.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
We got it.
Chicago Street Rentals bring you all the kickoffs for Lincoln Rail Splitter football, and the man that scored the touchdown, his second touchdown of the game on interceptions, Henry Beaker, will kick it away for the Rockets. And back for Lincoln are the Carson brothers, but this is a low, and it's caught by one of the Rail Splitters there at the 37-yard line, and that is, I got to pick his number up there.
8 or 9.
I think is that 8?
9.
Yeah, 9. So that's Aiden Crane. Aiden Crane. And so it'll be Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down for the Rail Splitters at their own 36-yard line. And a running clock now for the rest of the game since the Rockets lead at 41-0. Darren Stevens will check into the huddle for the Rail Splitters.
I think you probably see Rochester maybe start changing a few players, 1 or 2 at a time, but they still want to get their starters some good playing time. They play Glenwood next week, so they want to get some good field time.
Near side hash mark. Stevens waits for the snap. He's got it. Hands off. Keon Carson makes the turn. He's at the 40. Looks for running room. Stays on his feet. Got a first down and more before he's taken out of bounds. Keon showing some flash there. Picking up a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance for first down for the Rail Splitters. No flags on the play. They'll move the chains, and that's the way we like it, baby. And there's going to be a penalty against personal foul against Rochester.
Yeah, I think it may be a late hit out of bounds over on that far sideline, farther from us.
And that's into Rochester territory at the 38-yard line, where it'll be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down for the Rail Splitters.
That was an 11-yard pickup for Keon. Finally got around the corner, was able to.
Darren Stevens, wing formation. Got the snap. Hands off Kanai this time, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Kanai Carson, not much running room there because one of the players for the Rockets, one of the big guys, got through.
Yeah, they penetrated the line. They're winning at the line of scrimmage big time, and they got through to make a stop in the backfield.
3-yard loss, so it'll be 2nd and 13 for the Rail Splitters. Ball placed at the 41-yard line of Rochester. Breaking the huddle that's one of the players here to the near side. That's Aiden Crane. Pool up over the football. 2nd and 13 for the Rail Splitters. Stevens has got it. And he handed it off up the middle of the fullback. I believe that's Bunner.
Bunner, the ball carrier.
Bunner with a 1-yard pickup to the 40. So now it'll be 3rd and 12 for the Rail Splitters. Call it the 39-yard line. 2-yard pickup. 3rd and maybe 11 for the Rail Splitters.
I would bet this would be two down territory for the Railers. If they don't get the first down here, they'll go for it.
Oh, definitely, Coach. Crane's going to split out far to the far side wide receiver. Big Evan Walkendorf up there on that offensive line with Joe Dom. Here's the snap. Keon's got it, and he's got nowhere to go. They take him down at the 41 for maybe the 40 if they give him a good spot. So it's going to be 4th down for the Rail Splitters. And we told you the running clock's already down to 5:20 now in the second quarter. Owen Grant checking in for the Rail Splitter along with Lakin Adams, Aiden Fry, Colby Glenn checking in, Ryan Frugier and Aiden Crane coming off the field with Alec Claudio and Peyton Bunner. And Colby Glenn going to punt it away. It'll be Angel Harrow on the long snap for the Rail Splitters. Glenn's got, he snapped it over his head, but he makes a nice play, and he goes back and he's an excellent baseball player, and he make a play there, Coach?
He did that, and maybe his best punt of the night.
Yeah.
Nice and high, and got some good distance, and Railers were downfield covering it and downed it.
You coached a lot of softball. That's what like an infielder's play going back on back into the grass.
And then turned around and took time to get a good punt off.
Wow, what an athlete. Colby Glenn saved the day there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockets at the 25-yard line. Rail Splitters defense checks in. Owen Grant up on that front line with Evan Walkendorf and Frank Sanders. Here's the snap to Zuloff, hands it off to his running back, and he's taken down from behind. That's
11.
Peyton Bunner. Bunner on the tackle for the Rail Splitters. Second down, 2nd and 8 at the 27. Zuloff. Hands off to his running back this time around the far side. He's got a 1st down and more along the sideline. Still on his feet, and finally ran out of bounds. Looks like that's Gabe Smith over there. Hard to tell when you're on that side. No, that's Christian Brown ran him out of bounds.
Yeah. Once again, he got the sideline, got up a head of steam going down there, Bob, and nobody from the Railers were able to make a tackle. Guess he went out on about the 43-yard line.
So they moved the chains. 3 minutes left for the half. Lincoln trails at 41-0. Zuloff keeps trying to pull us off sides. Railers not taking the bait. Got a new running back in there. Here's the snap. And incomplete. Ryan Frugier flashed in front of the quarterback's line of vision there to the receiver and somewhat caused that incompletion.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 now. 2:30 on the second quarter clock. 25 in there at running back. Snap to Zuloff. Now he's same play. This time he's complete. He's trying to get the 1st down. Depend on the spot.
Well, the good thing with the running clock is it keeps on running whether they go out of bounds or throw incompletion or what. So Railers would, I'm sure, like to keep them out of the end zone this one possession. They've scored every time they've had the ball.
Aiden Fry, one of the guys over there on the tackle for the Rail Splitters. 3rd and 1. He stopped him short of that 1st down. And there he comes again. He's got the 1st down and more. Tripped up. I'd give the tackle there to maybe Aiden Crane.
Maybe, yeah.
No, that's Fry. That was Fry on the tackle again. That was 5 for the Rail Splitters. He tripped him up. So it's 1st and 10 for the Rockets. Yeah, that was Aiden Fry. How often do you get a team with 2 guys by the name of Aiden on it? Fry and Crane. 1st and 10 for the Rockets. 1:10 left for the half. That time we got pulled offside unless the Rockets win.
No, they just took a knee.
They did the victory formation.
Yeah,
okay.
They're going to do it again and then be done for the half. I assume that's what they're planning, what they're doing, and you know that you can look at that both ways. You know, it doesn't bother me if they keep running plays, and if they score, they score.
That's the name of the game. Get in the end zone.
But on the other side of it, you know, they don't want to embarrass their opponent, and so they're going to just kill the clock here.
And they do it again.
And now we'll go in for halftime.
So Rockets already leaving the field. Rail Splitters are walking over towards their bench. Still 25 seconds left on the clock, but that doesn't make any difference. It's going to run out. And the score here at halftime is going to be Rochester Rockets 41 and the Lincoln Rail Splitters 0. And we'll be back after these messages from our fine sponsors.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Rail Splitter Football is brought to you by these fine sponsors. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butter Burger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter football.
If you're not happy with the way your home landscape looks, but not sure what you need to do or how to fix it, then it might be time to get a little help from your friends at Bees Landscaping. Their highly trained and courteous staff will do all the work that fits your style and budget, including retaining walls, patios, sidewalks, leveling and grading yards, seeding and fertilizing, or new sod installation. Bees Landscaping, 1302 State Route 10. We are making a difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, your LCHS future cheer and dance team members.
If you're not happy with the way your home landscape looks, but not sure what you need to do or how to fix it, then it might be time to get a little help from your friends at Bees Landscaping. Their highly trained and courteous staff will do all the work that fits your style and budget, including retaining walls, patios, sidewalks, leveling and grading yards, seeding and fertilizing, or new sod installation. Bees Landscaping, 1302 State Route 10. We are making a difference.
Is your band ready?
Timber Creek Village Assisted Living understands the emotional journey of moving to a new home. That's why we work hard to make the transition as easy for you as possible. We currently have apartments available and invite you to come by and let us show you how we can provide you with a stress-free lifestyle and why Timber Creek Village is top choice for retirement living in Lincoln. You'll enjoy private apartments, 3 home-cooked meals a day, daily activities, socialization with other residents, and care centered around your individual needs. Timber Creek Village, where people become friends and friends become family.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
Lincoln Rail Splitter football at Hanlon Field tonight, and the Rail Splitters taking on the mighty Rochester Rockets. They lead it here at halftime, 41-0, and as we come back, as Chicago Street Reynolds kickoff, and Henry Beaker will kick it away for the Rockets, and back deep for the Rail Splitters, it'll be Keon and Kanai Carson, the twin brothers for the Lincoln Rail Splitters. The Lincoln Rail Splitters came in with a record of 5 wins, 1 loss, and as Coach told you, next week we'll travel to U-High, and we'll be high in the press box over the ISU football team's playing field there, so that'd be pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's a good experience. The Railers have been on artificial turf this year already, so they'll get another chance at it and playing a quality team, so it should be a good football game.
Owen Grant, Joe Dom out there for the Rail Splitters, along with Jaden Gully. Aiden Crane's out there for the Rail Splitters. The Carson brothers are back. Christian Brown's there, as Henry Beaker gets ready to kick it away for the Rockets to start this 12-minute period here in the third quarter here from Hanlon Field. And it's a long one, and Keon's going to try and run it down, and he picks it up, and he just runs it out of bounds over there along the sideline. So it'll be 1st and 10. That'll be a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down. And now Jace Washam going to check in for the Rail Splitters. You'll see a lot of subs in there now for the Rail Splitters. Washam out there, where's the number 52? He's a junior, 6'2", 190. Also in getting to play the second half for the Rail Splitters is Shun Hicks. He's a sophomore. Where's the number 77? He's 5'10", 220 pounds. Aiden Crane goes out there. And the quarterback is going to be number 42, Lucas Melton for the Rail Splitters. He's a sophomore, 5'9" and 155. And we'll try to pick up some more numbers as we go along here for you, as the Rail Splitters will split it here to the near side. That's Aiden Crane. And I believe that'll be Melton out of the gun. Where's the number 42? And he hands it off, and we'll have to pick up who that new running back is.
I couldn't see. I got to get my number sheet here to see these guys.
Melton will come to the sideline. You saw a lot of him in the warm-ups.
Well, the Railers are going to give some kids some time on the field to play, Bob, and that keeps your other kids off and helps avoid a little injury. I think that's maybe one of the ways of thinking about it. And
that was Lakin Adams on the run for the Rail Splitters. He wears the number 22. He's a sophomore, 5'8", 130-pounder. And Melton comes to the sideline. Lucas Melton gets the play from Coach Silkowski. And he checks in. Split here to the near side, I believe. That's Aiden Crane. That's number 9 for Lincoln. Out of the gun, wing formation, man in motion. Bad snap. Melton picks it up, breaks out of a tackle, tries to take it around the sideline, and he stopped there for a big loss for the Rail Splitters. A snap off his right shoulder, and he went back and got it. He broke one tackle, but then that was the end of it at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, he couldn't get away to get loose and took the loss, but kept possession, which was a key there. You know, the Rockets from Rochester, they've got a all-new defensive team out there also. So it's going to be a second half of second and third stringers, I think.
Sorry, that was the 13-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 18 for the Rail Splitters. A running clock, 9:30 here in the third. Crane here to the near side. Got a wide receiver out on the far side of the field. Lucas Melton's seen action earlier in the season at the varsity level. Here's the snap. He's got it hands off inside, and that may be Lakin Adams again with the football. Colby Glenn now checking in for the Rail Splitters along with Ryan Frugier. And now here comes the rest of the starting lineup in for the Rail Splitters.
Yeah, they're coming in for the punt.
And that'll be Colby Glenn that'll punt away, and I believe it will be Angel Harrow on the long snap again for the Rail Splitters. Glenn back around his goal line.
Yeah, the last time it snapped it high and over his head. There's a better snap.
Here's the boot. Nice end over end. Good kick into the wind. It's going to go into...
It's still alive.
Yeah. Into... at the 49.
Yeah, our player touched it and thought it was down and walked away. They could have picked that up and run with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Dangerous place. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockets at their own 49-yard line. And we'll have to check and see who their quarterback is now.
They're, even though it's their second stringers, it looks like they'll run the same offense. I'm sure they will. A no-huddle offense, and they'll be fast off the ball.
Well-disciplined program. It looks like maybe 44, or is that 9? If it's 9 as the quarterback, let's see, look here. That would be Tanner Beal. Tanner Beal is a sophomore. Out of the gun. He's got the snap. Hands off to his running back at the 50 to the Lincoln 45. Across the 40, a first down, and he's finally stood up and taken down at the Lincoln 35-yard line. So a big first down there for the running back for the Rockets on the handoff from Tanner Beal. Check and see who's in the backfield there. I think that was Josh Hoff. He's a junior.
Ball carrier brought down by 22, Lakin Adams.
Lakin Adams on the tackle for the Rail Splitters at the 35, and another first down for the Rockets. Beal at the quarterback, waits for the snap out of the gun. 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 35-yard line. Long count. They're going to let the play clock run down. It's down to 10 seconds. Rail Splitter defense in there, a new defense. Here's the snap and the handoff. Up the middle, he's at the 30, 25, 20. Still got running room at the 15 to the 10. He's going to take it in for the touchdown. Try and pick up who that was.
Number 27.
27 is
27,
David Cates. Sophomore, 5'9", 150. Cates takes it in, makes the score. Rochester 47, Lincoln 0. And I believe they got the same kicker in there. Day will kick the extra point for the Rockets. Clock continues to run. 6 minutes left, third quarter. It's going to run fast now. 47-0. They look for the extra point. Here's the snap, the placement. The kick and low line drive, but it goes through the uprights, and that'll make it Rockets 48 and the Rail Splitters 0 with 5:44 left in the third quarter. And we'll be back in 30 seconds. Lincoln Rail Splitter football. As we get ready, our kickoff is sponsored by Chicago Street Rentals out at 1909 North Kickapoo Street. For all your construction needs, it's Chicago Street Rentals at 1909 North Kickapoo Street. Owen Grant's out there with Joe Dom for the Rail Splitters. Aiden Crane, Keon Carson, and Kenai Carson back for the Rail Splitters. Christian Brown's back there for Lincoln.
Bob, the Rockets still haven't reached their yearly average. They're averaging just over 54 points a game in 6 games, so they're getting close to it, but this is not unexpected for them to score a lot of points.
The navy blue and orange of the Rockets. A new kicker in there, Jamal Bramer, and Bramer kicks an onside kick. And I don't know who picked it up for
22,
Lincoln.
32.
32 for the Rail Splitters, and that is Pentecost.
Fort Pentecost.
We've seen him before.
Yeah, he just caught it, went down. He might have been able to run a few yards with it, but he secured it and then went straight down, and the Railers will take over.
Chris Coyne, State Farm Insurance, first down, I believe, at the 40-yard line. Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters. That's the way we like it, baby. Fort Pentecost, as Coach told you, downed it there. And Lucas Melton in there at quarterback for the Rail Splitters. One of the linemen in there is Tommy Braid. He's a sophomore. Tommy Braid, 6'2", 160. Melton out of the game.
Fumbled it.
Fumbled. I didn't pick up who that was. There was another running back in there by the name of Cade Huskins.
He lost it.
And the Rockets will take over 1st and 10 in Lincoln territory at the 38-yard line. 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
When you have a young and a new quarterback in there, you don't always get that exchange. You hadn't had a lot of game experience. You may have at the lower level, but not at the varsity level. And that exchange didn't happen, and it went to the ground. The Rockets were right there for the recovery on the 38-yard line.
Trying to pick who's on that front line. It could be Logan Walkendorf in there. He's a junior, 5'10", 250-pounder up at the nose guard for the Rail Splitters. Also in there, we mentioned Wyatt Gross is in there. He's a senior, 5'8", 135-pounder. And the same quarterback in there for Rochester, that is Tanner Beal. He's a sophomore. Here's the snap. He hands off, and that is...
Ooh, nice tackle.
Tristan Stanton, and he's tackled along the sideline, but not before Rochester gets another first down.
It was a nice tackle, open field tackle, one-on-one over there, but he disappeared, and I couldn't see his number, so I'm not sure who it was.
And it's always hard, as you know, Coach, over there on the far side of the field, and we got all those new players in there. So tough to pick them up. 1st and 10 for the Rockets. Minute 45 left of the third quarter. The Rockets lead at 48-0. And, of course, they're letting that the play clock run down. Coach Leonard doesn't want to build up the big score. Tanner Beal checking into the huddle with the play. Also out there is Caden Stout for the Rockets. Quite a few new players in there for them. They go with 2 receivers here to the near side, one on the far side of the field. Here's the snap to Beal. Hands it off to his running back on the right side, and he's tripped up. That was, you've seen him before. That was Caden Stout.
Might have been Pentecost in on that also, Bob, but looked like maybe he ran into his own blocker there, too, helped take him down to the ground.
And he makes it to the 19-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 2 for the Rockets. And we're under a minute in the third quarter. 43 seconds left for the third quarter. And the Rockets lead the Rail Splitters 48-0. And they'll go with a man on the slot, man on the far side of the field, and here on the near side. Beal out of the gun. He's got the snap. Hands off to his running back. That's a new running back in there. Looks like number 53. And that is Declan McCarty.
That's going to get us to the end of the third quarter, Bob.
At the score, Rochester Rockets 48 and the Lincoln Rail Splitters 0. And we'll be back in a minute.
If you're not happy with the way your home landscape looks, but not sure what you need to do or how to fix it, then it might be time to get a little help from your friends at Bees Landscaping. Their highly trained and courteous staff will do all the work that fits your style and budget, including retaining walls, patios, sidewalks, leveling and grading yards, seeding and fertilizing, or new sod installation. Bees Landscaping, 1302 State Route 10. We are making a difference.
You're listening to Lincoln Rail Splitter Football. It's going to be the fourth quarter now. Lincoln trails at 48-0 to Rochester. It's going to be first and 10 at the 13-yard line for the Rockets. Beal at quarterback. Where's the number 9? And this time he's going to come up under center. He's got a lone running back. He's got 2 receivers to the far side. He's got the snap, pitches it in the backfield. A running back tries to make it into the end zone. And there's no call yet. And there it is. A touchdown again for the Rockets. And there's your 54 points, Coach. They lead at 54-0.
Well, I wasn't hoping for that, obviously. But, yeah, they hit their average now. And, again, it would be nice if the Railers could get that next possession and hold on to it for a good part of this quarter and run the game out.
Make a long march downfield. Same kicker in there, Alyssa Day, Alyssa. He's a sophomore. Here's the snap, the placement, and the boot. This time it's a high boot, and it's through the uprights, and that'll make it 55-0. And we'll be back in 30 seconds with the Lincoln possession.
The Heart of Memory Care consists of providing person-directed care to know and to work with each resident as an individual and to provide them with care as unique as they are. At Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care in Lincoln, our caring, compassionate staff, enriching activities, and cottage front apartments all provide the secure, safe environment that your loved one requires. Hi, I'm Deb Mox, Administrator at Copper Creek Cottages. Let Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care be the light in your journey.
You're listening to a Lincoln Rail Splitter Football, and I've been talking about the kicker, Alyssa Day, and I thought it on that last kick, and I think Coach has straightened it out for us. That is a lady kicker for the Rockets, and she's a good kicker. Alyssa Day, she's only missed one extra point in this game.
She's a sophomore, her first year varsity kicking. Does a nice job.
5'6", 120, so she is a lady. And that's a good thing. We've seen the Southeast.
They did.
Yeah, I remember she made a big kick in the playoffs, I believe, or a close game. Kicked a field goal. I can't remember her name, but all our kickoffs are sponsored by Chicago Street Rentals at 1909 North Kickapoo Street. Perry Weinbrenner and his fine crew out there. And back for the Rail Splitters, Keon and Kenai Carson. Christian Brown up here for Lincoln. Alec Claudio's out there. Here's the kick.
Whistle. I think there was a whistle.
A whistle on the play.
I hope so, because nobody went to catch the ball.
Yeah. Are we just giving it away or what?
I thought I heard it.
That's Colby Glenn over there that went over and got the football. And a penalty. No, it's still going to be at the 40-yard line. I'm trying to pick out who their kicker is. I think it's Cody Foster. That's 81. Rochester in the navy blue and orange. Clock continues to run no matter what.
Look at their sideline.
They're keeping warm.
They're excited.
Here's the boot. Line shot.
Oh.
And Kenai just falls over there on it there. And it'll be,
I think that was on orders to cover it and get off the field.
Otherwise, he's fast. He would have ran with it. So it's a Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance first down for the Rail Splitters. Jace Warsham checks in there for the Rail Splitters, along with a lot of new names out there. Garrett Boward, he's a senior, 5'9", 160. Of course, Lucas Melton's at the quarterback. Cade Huskins is in there. He's a junior. Caleb Zirkelbach. He's a sophomore. Here's the snap to Melton. He hands it off the left side. It's first and 10 for the Rail Splitters at the 13, and a pickup up to about the 16, 17 Did he make it up across the 20?
Second down and 9.
Yeah, I think he started on the 20. They didn't have it right on the board. Or no, he started on the 23, not the 13. I think they got it wrong on the board, Bob. But got it out to about the 24, so maybe a 1-yard pickup.
So 2nd and 9 for the Rail Splitters. 7:15 for the game. Rochester leads at 55-0. Melton went to the sideline. He wears the number 42. Lucas Melton's a sophomore, 5'9", 155-pounder. Takes their time in the huddle. They let the play clock run down, and now they come to the line of scrimmage. A whole new team in there for the Rail Splitters. Man in motion. Here's the handoff off a left tackle. So it'll be 3rd down for the Rail Splitters. 6:35 left for the game. As Coach told you, next week we'll be up in Normal to play U High. I can't remember doing a game against them in my career, but maybe somewhere along the line.
They went into tonight's action 5-1, just as the Railers are. They're at Glenwood tonight.
So we'll see how they do there. The game that surprised me was earlier in the season, MacArthur knocked off Glenwood 14-12.
Yeah, that was just not last week, the week before. Yeah.
6 minutes left for the game. Melton out of the gun. Wing formation. Got a man in motion. That's Lake and Adams.
Oh.
Adams now tries to run along the sideline and just about got back to the line of scrimmage.
Adams, the ball carrier again.
And now the Lincoln punting team will check back on. Zach Poole, Colby Glenn, Evan Walkendorf, Ryan Fouget, Joe Dom, Owen Grant, Kenai Carson, Keon Carson, all checking back in. Frank Sanders.
4th down and about 11 for the Railers.
And Angel Harrow will snap it to Colby Glenn on the punt.
Well, we thought going in tonight, Bob, that this might be one of the bigger games of the night in the conference. Didn't turn out that way, but the other one is as we said, U-High at Glenwood. Glenwood's lost 2 in a row. U-High's in 5-1 going into that game, so the results of that will be interesting to find out.
Yes, it will. Yeah, that's a good matchup there. So we wait for the snap to Colby Glenn. Glenn's got it. Good snap. Kicked away and a good long punt.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Going to be, I believe, in Lincoln territory. Let's see where he spots it at. At the 40. Well, he hasn't put it down yet. Lincoln 42-yard line, maybe. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockets. This may be the last possession for the Rockets.
Yeah, maybe just over 4 minutes left. It would be nice if the Raider defense could keep them out of the end zone this one time. Keep the score under 60. I don't know what's the difference between 55 and 62, but.
Ryan Lichenwalder in there for the Rail Splitters. Number 71, 6'6", 300-pounder. He's a senior. Ryan Lichenwalder for the Rail Splitters. Rochester takes their time coming out of the huddle. 3:50 left for the game. Have they played SHG yet this year?
Well, no. I was just going to say, after tonight, they have a home game with Glenwood and then finish at SHG. So they got 2 tougher ones coming up.
Here's the snap and the run. He's got a lot of running room at the 35, 30, stays on his feet, finally tripped up at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he didn't get touched for the first 15 or 20 yards of that run.
The ball carrier.
So another 1st down for the Rockets at the Lincoln 20-yard line. They move the chains. That's the only thing holding us up. Rockets running players in and out. They've still got Beal at quarterback. 3 minutes left for the ball game. Beals was at the sideline getting the play from Coach Leonard. Center up over the football. 2 receivers on the far side of the field here, one on the near side. Tanner Beal at the quarterback. He's got 1 running back with him, and he hands it off to him up the middle. And he's got a little bit of a gain there before he's taken down.
He picked up 5 yards before the Brailers got to him and took him to the ground, but
Second down 5.
it'll be interesting here. 5 yards a clip. They got 3 plays to get to the end zone and plenty of time to do it. But, you know, you can't blame the kids. They want to score too, and somebody that doesn't get to play very much gets a chance to get to the end zone, so they'll stick with it.
Pick up his 6 points. Clock running under 2 minutes now.
And they're in no hurry. They understand the situation too, so they're not rushing. And
Tanner Beal again out of the gun. Minute 43. He's got the snap. Hands to his running back. Left side. Stays on his feet, and he's finally taken down. And Lloyd Kirby just texted us, Coach, at half, Chatham Glenwood 14, Normal U High 0.
okay.
So they're staying with them. Tough game.
By 74, Logan Walkendorf. Third down and about
Logan Walkendorf on the tackle for the Rail Splitters. Minute 15 for the game. 3rd and 2 for the Rockets. Beal's in no hurry.
I'm just trying to see what Rochester did against U High. That's the one they didn't play them this year. U High did not have to play Rochester this year.
And this might just be victory formation here.
Yeah, I think that's what they're lined up like, with 40 under a minute. Do it one time. They're going to wait, and there it is. That's the game.
So they'll let the clock run out with the score. Rochester Rockets 55 and the Lincoln Rail Splitters 0. And as Coach told you, next week will be normal to play U High. And we've got a shot at them, but it'd be nice to pick up that 6th victory so we don't have to worry about the points for the playoffs.
Absolutely, yes.
So both teams going out to shake hands, good sportsmanship. And we'll take a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back to wrap it up. Ball on 96.3 FM, WLCNonline.com, and the Rail Splitters in a tough one tonight. We knew it was going to be rough going in against the vaunted Rochester Rockets. They came in undefeated, and they leave undefeated, 7-0 on the campaign. The Rail Splitters now with 5 wins and 2 losses. It's been a good season for the Rail Splitters, and as we told you, next week they travel to U High. Want to thank Lloyd Kirby, our engineer, for setting things up. Want to thank Joe Lee back at the station for keeping us on the air. Want to thank all our fine sponsors and all the fans that follow Lincoln Rail Splitter football. And Coach Ken, we knew it'd be rough coming in, and that's the way it turned out. 55-0 the final score.
Yeah, I think maybe we expected a little, maybe not to win necessarily, but to be a little more competitive, I guess is the way to say it in this game. And Lincoln really wasn't competitive on either side of the ball. And but got to give a lot of credit to the Rochester Rockets. They look like state champions out here tonight, and I'm not sure how this kind of game does them much good, but you still got to play them. So I think for the Railers, they just got to put this one behind them and then work hard, see a lot of film, and get ready for the next 2 games.
Let's hope so. Let's hope that they can beat U High next week and pick up that 6th victory. Final score again, Lincoln Rail Splitters 55. The Rochester Rockets 55 and the Lincoln Rail Splitters 0. Bobby V reporting. Thanks for listening.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
The Heart of Memory Care consists of providing person-directed care to know and to work with each resident as an individual, and to provide them with care as unique as they are. At Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care in Lincoln, our caring, compassionate staff, enriching activities, and cottage front apartments all provide the secure, safe environment that your loved one requires. Hi, I'm Deb Mox, Administrator at Copper Creek Cottages. Let Copper Creek Cottages Memory Care be the light in your journey.
If you're not happy with the way your home landscape looks, but not sure what you need to do or how to fix it, then it might be time to get a little help from your friends at Bees Landscaping. Their highly trained and courteous staff will do all the work that fits your style and budget, including retaining walls, patios, sidewalks, leveling and grading yards, seeding and fertilizing, or new sod installation. Bees Landscaping, 1302 State Route 10. We are making a difference.
Timber Creek Village Assisted Living understands the emotional journey of moving to a new home. That's why we work hard to make the transition as easy for you as possible. We currently have apartments available and invite you to come by and let us show you how we can provide you with a stress-free lifestyle and why Timber Creek Village is top choice for retirement living in Lincoln. You'll enjoy private apartments, 3 home-cooked meals a day, daily activities, socialization with other residents, and care centered around your individual needs. Timber Creek Village, where people become friends and friends become family.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Rail Splitter Football is brought to you by these fine sponsors. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Football. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.